Hey, welcome to World Entertainment, and what comes as some interesting news, although not too surprising except for who's working on them. There's not just one G.I. Joe movie now in the works at Paramount, but two. Yeah, and neither one of them are connected to the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover movie. It's who's working on them that should have people concerned. One, it has the trades all concerned because who it is. The other, I think, fans should be concerned for who it is. So let's have a look where it's saying, following an exclusive report that Paramount plans to focus on a major event films built around mainstream audiences and classic heroism and the return of the Snyderverse, which is never happening, Deadline has now confirmed early development on two separate G.I. Joe movies. According to Deadline, Paramount has two different G.I. Joe properties in early works. Danny McBride, that's where the fan should be going, wait a minute, what? Is in talks to write a treatment, while Max Landis already has one in place. Transformers producer Lorenzo de Bonaventura is producing the project. Max Landis is the one who the trades are all going nuts over because he was ousted in the Me Too movement, even though apparently he really did nothing wrong. And when you hear a lot of stuff, you're just like, really, that's it? It's like, whatever. So Paramount also has multiple Transformer projects in early stages. After Transformers Rise of the Beast teased a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover, that concept reportedly remains under consideration. So that apparently is still moving forward. This development lines up directly with what insiders have said. The Ellisons are prioritizing big event films centered on recognizable IP and broad audience appeal. So Transformers and G.I. Joe represent exactly that. Large-scale franchises with built-in fan bases, particularly among Gen X audiences who grew up with the 80s toys and animated series. The first two live-action G.I. Joe films combined for a $678.1 million globally. So that's what the two of those movies made combined together. Powered by stars such as Bruce Willis, Dwayne Johnson and Channing Tatum. However, the 2021 spin-off Snake Eyes struggled, earning just $40 million worldwide. Good God, was that a terrible number for that? The Michael Bay Transformers franchise has brought in billions, and Bay is also said to be returning. The Walking Dead and Invincible creator Robert Kirkman also owns the rights to the Transformers and G.I. Joe comics, and is reported to be developing an adult animated series. It's funny that it says an adult animated series based on both of those, one of those, bit more information there would have been handy. Look, the first two original G.I. Joe live action movies, yeah, they were both a disaster. Absolutely a disaster. They're also dog shit movies. Absolutely horrendous movie. The best part in the first movie was Snake Eyes. And you ain't bringing back Ray Park for that role with his demons that he's fighting right now. Hopefully he gets the help he needs, even though he clearly doesn't seem to want it right now. But a combined total of $678 million, that's terrible. For a property like G.I. Joe, that is terrible. Snake Eyes, of course, was also a dog shit movie that only earned $40 million. Again, that's a horrendous number. But at the same time, when you sat down and you looked at that movie, you're like, this isn't Snake Eyes. This is just some generic dude running around pretending to be Snake Eyes, and he doesn't even put the mask on until the end of the movie. And even then, the guy playing him was completely wrong, because to start with, Snake Eyes was not Asian. He's a blonde white guy. But of course they're not going to do that. But more importantly, Snake Eyes should never have the mask off. And that's the biggest thing that people are looking at going, yeah, why is he taking the mask off? The question then is, what way do they do this? Why would they put two in the works? Or is it, we have a treatment here, we'll have him work on a treatment, and maybe they can be good enough that we can stick the two of them together? Don't know. Danny McBride doesn't strike me as someone you want writing your G.I. Joe movie. Now, Keep in mind, Danny McBride was one of the writers for the new Halloween trilogy. Yeah, the first one in that got wildly praised, and I don't know why, because quite frankly, I thought it was dog shit. But the second two, what was it? What was the second one called? Halloween Kills and then Halloween Ends, was that it? That was the next two. Horrendous movie, absolutely horrendous, and they butchered the character of Michael Myers. And it's like, do you really want him to be writing a treatment for a G.I. Joe movie? Like, the guy's a comedian actor, like he's funny in things, but he never strikes me as someone that says, oh, he's gonna write this type of movie. You're like, really? So I don't get that one. Max Landis, we have no idea what his treatment involves, and of course the pushback for him is, well, no, he was Me Too, you can't have him. Even though they're all pretty much celebrating now that Jonathan Majors is trying to make his way back in, the guy who was actually found guilty and was proven to have hit his missus. So isn't it funny how one way it's like, oh, you're terrible because you just said things, you're fine and should be given a comeback chance, even though you were actually found guilty of doing it. It's so strange. Either way, do I think it's a good idea to do not one but two, possibly three G.I. Joe movies? And the reason I say possibly three is because, of course, they still do have the Transformers G.I. Joe movie as a crossover in development. Question then becomes, well, are they going to hold back on that one until they get at least one of these next ones out to fill out the cast and use that cast in the crossover, and vice versa with Transformers? Are they going to do a new Transformers where whatever cast and stuff they build into that will lead into the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover? It's weird. You could already argue, well, the Transformers already set that up with Rise of the Beast, but that was set in the 90s, I think. Yeah, it was the 90s, because that is the sequel to Bumblebee, and Bumblebee was in the 80s, I'm pretty sure. So it's like, what time period do they want to go? Like, if they set it in modern day, like present, then I don't know how exactly you try and build that crossover from Rise of the Beasts. You really couldn't, other than just using the actual Transformers rather than the people who showed up in it. But right now, I don't think putting work in on a G.I. Joe movie is the right move, in my opinion, because so far they have not been able to get it to work. 3 attempts so far, and all 3 have failed spectacularly. So it's almost like, should you do it? Should you not try it for something smaller? Maybe make it a TV series or something. Don't know, but that's my opinion. I think they need to get it right, and I think the people working on it aren't the right choices from just their previous work and stuff. It's like, yeah, I don't really see them fitting for G.I. Joe, but what do I know? Maybe it'll be fantastic. But what do you guys think? Are you excited for it? Are you concerned for it? Are you confused by it? Especially by Danny McBride working on it. Let me know what you think, or would you rather just see, at this stage, the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover? Do let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe. Hit the hype button. All that good stuff. Cheers, and I shall catch you in the next one.